And one of my jobs, was to get in an aeroplane in somewhere in Miami, I think it was, and fly over the mining ship, which would discharge dye-laden. What you're looking at is that's a discharge water, but it's marked with dye to see what happens to it from. So we had somebody on the ship doing the work down there, and I was in the airplane. By the way, that was one of my adventures in this airplane, 130 miles offshore in a single-engine aircraft. And two things happened that were interesting. One, the guy who we rented the plane from said, "Hey, listen, you better get a lifeboat." Inflated. So I got a lifeboat and life jackets. He didn't have life jackets. And when I was walking off, it was Colonial Airlines, not Colonial Airlines, what was it called? Eastern Airlines. As I was walking down the corridor, I heard these clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop, and somebody walking very fast in high heels. And one of the stewardesses, as we called them then, tapped me on the shoulder and said, Sir, you cannot take, those belong to Eastern Airlines," she said, because at that time you were told there was a life jacket under the seat, and she thought that I had that I'd stolen the life jacket. So I pointed out these were my own I travel with my own life jacket. So when we went out there, and we spent a lot of time trying to get the right pictures, and we turned around to go back. The guy said to me, he said, "Look," he said, "I don't want to worry you," he said, "but I can't get the flaps down." So I said, I'm not really understanding piloting. I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "It means that we're going to be really tight on fuel. We can't fly as fast or as high as I would normally do." So about an hour out from landing, he said, "You better get that life raft out and see how it works." And I felt, it's interesting, you think you might feel sort of panicky, but I didn't at all. I felt quite calm, and I got the life raft and looked at it and saw how it worked. And so on, and he had to declare an emergency. We made an emergency landing at an Air Force base in North Carolina. So, so that was one of my adventures.